Alright, hello Capricorns. This is your love reading for March 2022. So to start it off, right off the back here, these three cards popped out together. I always forget. I'm sorry. I am using the Zombie Tarot. And what's the other one I'm using? Like, which one is it? Urban Tarot, and I may use some other ones here. Not quite sure yet. These three cards all came out together here. And then to further explain it here is the Prince of Discs, which is the day trader. So to me, this is saying that you're not really taking love seriously. And there's ample opportunity to take love seriously because you're like you really enjoy kind of being fought over and people pining for your attention. And all the while you're just kind of sitting back and watching the people fight over you to the point where they're almost like animalistic, and you get some kind of like sick, twisted joy out of that. You know, no judgment. It's just what the cards are saying here. And then we have the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords here paired with it. So I feel like the people that you end up dating are usually people that on some level aren't the people that you really want to begin with. You're just choosing them in the moment because, I don't know, they provide something for you, whether it be physically or emotionally or financially. You know, maybe they take you out on nice places to eat. But here again, a choice needs to be made. And look, people are still fighting over you. I'm really getting a strong male vibe here. So this may be hitting home or specifically about a male Capricorn. And then to further explain the situation, we have the Prince of Discs. So, you know, here, this is your game face. This is where you're serious. This is where, like, you don't play around. And of course, it's with your money. And you're good at what you do at your job, and you make a lot of money. Your job, maybe has to do with money. Maybe you are maybe you do trade stocks and all that jazz. But it's almost like night and day. Like, here you're one person, here you're another person. And I don't think it's that you're being fake. I just think it's like you work hard, play hard. But that's the problem, I think, though, is that this shouldn't be, you know, love, true love. If you're here listening to a tarot reading about love, you know, you shouldn't be treating your love potentials like they're just a fun plaything that you're not taking serious and you're not really putting serious effort into. And it's gonna be a continual imbalance if you're not as serious about the love game that you are with the money game. And I don't know if necessarily the choice is about who to pick, but I think it's like, pick who you're gonna be. Like, there's nothing wrong with having fun, and you don't want to be serious all the time, but you can expect lasting results if you're not really invested in something, like truly invested. And this is made clear here with this day trader thing, because it's like, you know what you need to do and how you need to do it and why and timing and all that stuff. Maybe you're just like really afraid to really invest your heart into that situation, into a love situation, and to, you know, really put in the time and effort and energy that it would take, because relationships are work. They're not just something that fall in your lap and it's a little plaything, and then when you're done with it, you throw it away. That's just like, you know, party fun time. That's not like real deal relationship time. So then we move on to these two cards here, and sorry, I had something written down. I was going to talk about it. Sorry. Right. So here we have the Six of Wands, excuse me, in reverse, and the Five of Wands in reverse. So I'm getting a couple different messages here, because on this it says the undead are victorious. It's official. It's in the reverse. So it could be talking about you coming out of your shell and like starting to be serious about the choice that you are being tasked with making here. And then strife is here in the reverse, which is like kind of like a friendly competition. So life, love, all that stuff could be what's coming out on top, but it just doesn't feel like you won. Maybe you made a choice, and here you're not, nobody's competing for you because you've made a choice, and a part of you feels like you lost. But again, here it says the undead are victorious. So with it being in the reverse, it's like the parts that you maybe lost out on or gave up because of this choice that you made, or the person that you choose, is like this lifestyle that's kind of low vibrational, not serious, not solid, not grounded, not something that you can build a firm foundation on. It's like, you know, a rental. So you're giving up that. You're giving up like the flighty things or the less stable things, aka maybe the choices that you're making. You start choosing differently. You start choosing people, potential mates that you know are, you know, have the potential to be the one. And a part of you feels like maybe you've lost out on something, which isn't not true. You are missing out on that, but it's making space for you to have other experiences that will nurture you, not only as an individual, but then, you know, in a relationship. And then we have the Four of Hazards and the Nine of Swords in the reverse, which is cruelty here in the reverse. So I feel like in order for you to make the choice that you need to do, you really have to tune some things out. And you shouldn't feel like you're missing out on anything because you got to stockpile all kinds of shit. You got your guns, you got your ammo, you got some fucking grenades, you got all kinds of perishables and you know, stuff to drink that will last you, or you don't necessarily need a refrigerator except for that bacon. Wait, look, he's got his fingers in his ears. Like, he's like, la, 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 I can't hear you. Like, it's maybe immature. And he's thinking about these people that probably that you're, once you made the choice of who you're going to be with out of all these potentials, thinking about all these other choices that you left behind, and they're just like so disappointed in you. Like, the one guy's like, oh gosh, come on, and the girl's like, ooh, and the other guy's like raising his fist up like, oh, come on, man. And it's just like, he's just like, oh, I can't hear you, da 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 da. Yeah, you're like, yeah, you guys are on your own. I'm just gonna stay over here and not worry about what other people are thinking about me and the choices that I'm making, especially when it comes to love, because this is your life and you're gonna do what you feel is best for you. And you're not doing it because you're trying to be mean or cruel, and you're not cutting those people out of your life because you don't care. You do care, but you care about yourself and your own survival. You know, that takes precedence over anyone else's. So you can't help anyone if you can't help yourself. And I think this is like really getting down to like the basics, and getting rid of any excess that you don't need anymore, or that is a hindrance, anything that doesn't serve you. And in the process of doing that, it cuts out the anxiety out of your life. It cuts out the worry. So what people are judging you or talking about you, or, you know, got something to say. Somebody's always got something to say, especially when your back is turned. So those are fake friends anyway. And they belong in your rearview mirror, eating your dust. So I'm gonna pull a couple cards for the final message. Let me see here. What deck should I use? And I think it's kind of interesting that these cards, they flew out two together, because it's like, you know, Capricorns aren't normally like they're not like a serial dater. They're more like a serial monogamous person. I think I'm saying that right. Where they're really only into like, you know, the real deal, long-term situations. So maybe that's part of the reason why like you feel like hesitant to make a choice, because there are aspects of the dating scene, even when it's karmics, that are fun, but after a while it's like, you know, you're going to be running on E, and it's really out of your true nature anyway, as being a Capricorn. Capricorns like to be in committed relationships, and you know, they take a while to trust, but once they trust you, you know, you got a soldier for life. So I'm just gonna pull some final messages, and I'm going to use this deck is the Manara deck for some quick sexy time messages here. Can you tell me more, please, Spirit, about these first set of cards here? The World card. All right. Yeah, she's riding that world like, you know. Like it's her bitch. And she's got a gun too. Isn't that funny? Like, this is like, you know, the whole zombie theme, apocalypse thing. And look, doesn't that gun look the same? And she's got one of them old school guns too. That's the rider you're looking for. You're looking for the ride or die. And once they come into your scene, all these other prospects that are like pining after you don't stand a chance. And yeah, he's got his thumb up like, yep. Yeah. So that might also be the hesitancy in making a choice, is because you feel like the options that you have, just, they're not the one. So you're just biding your time. But the thing is when you bide your time, you allow yourself to be distracted. And like, that's stopping here. He's not allowing himself to be distracted. So I feel like this is saying that it's not even gonna be a choice, because you're gonna meet this one, and you're gonna know, like, oh, this is my rider. And the choice is, it's either you're gonna make the choice or the choice is gonna be made for you. So it's gonna come down to either you choose her or someone else is going to choose her, and then you're gonna have to be the one pining after her or him. I'm just saying that because that's the cards that are there, the hers and the hims. So don't let the good one get by you. All right, so let's go with these two cards here. What is this, like, hollow victory energy that I'm feeling here? This is another major arcana card in this deck. It says the Mirror. It's 10. So here you got the last major arcana card in the cycle, showing that this cycle is coming to an end, if it hasn't already. This cycle of like dating karmic people that can be fun or stressful, but they're not the one. It's in the reverse. It looks like it's the same, could be the same chick, right? It's in the reverse. I feel like this is saying, you got to psych yourself out of, okay, so if this feels like, if the choice you made feels like a hollow victory, or maybe you didn't make the right choice, or maybe you waited too long and your rider got away, whatever it may be, whatever this choice point is, it's making you feel like you gave up something that you're missing out on. And there's things that you like about it and things that you don't like about it. Like, you don't have to worry about competing or like the stress that comes with competition. But I feel like it's saying, like, the only reason why you're feeling like this is because you're just focused on something specific when you need to look at the whole picture. Like here in the hangman mode, this is seeing things from a different perspective, which allows you a unique viewpoint. But I think what the cards are saying here is for you to get out of this funk that that's going on here with this hollow victory energy, is try to take a step back like you do with the hangman mode, but not just take one step back and look at it just from one direction. Look at it from multiple directions. Take several steps back, maybe move forward, upside down, forward, you know, whatever. I'm speaking literally, but you know, try to see it from all angles and try to understand that, you know, maybe sometimes shit happens, but in the end it'll always work out. So maybe whatever it is you feel like you're missing out on, it's just about timing. Maybe the timing is off. But it's up to you how you want to experience that and go through that, because with these being major arcana cards here, it was something that was absolutely necessary and divinely guided. It was something that needed to be done for you to be able to see your short-sightedness in this situation. All right, and then the last set here. 5 of Wands. It's in the reverse. So this is the card that came out, but it was in the reverse. So, I mean, honestly, when I look at this card, I was looking at this card the other day and I was just like, it looks like he should be having a good time, but I'm not sure if he is. I'm not sure if he is. It looks pretty forceful. It's in the reverse. So, okay. Yeah. Maybe the hang up that you have with actually being in a relationship is like, you know, you're going to miss your options. But if the options are going to pull you out of the space in which you are surviving, because I'm really getting a survival type of vibe here, but you could be tuning these something out to your own detriment. Is something that you're purposely choosing to tune out because, well, fear is what comes to mind. Something you're afraid of letting, you know, take hold of you, or you're not really appreciating what you already have. So I think what this is saying is, okay, maybe in the past you had some wild nights, some wild parties, maybe some orgies, and, you know, in the current situation that you're in, that's probably not going to be in your present or in your future. And trying to pretend like those weren't things that you ever engaged in, or trying to pretend like those things aren't things that you enjoy or maybe still want to do, is going to cause problems for you and your partner down the line. Make sure you're being open and honest about, you know, things that you might want to do in the bedroom. And make sure that you're being receptive, because maybe it's not you, maybe it's your partner that wants to try some things or revisit some things, but it would be trying because it would be the first time they were doing it with you, type of vibe. So make sure that you're able to pay, you know, don't put up blockages in your life because it's only going to be a detriment to yourself. If you are afraid to try something, or afraid to talk about something, or even afraid to listen because you're afraid it might, sully the vision that you had and what you envisioned your lover to be or whatever. Like, we're all people, we're all human, we all have our flaws, we all have our we all have things about us that we love and that are quote unquote good, and we all have things about us that we don't like and that are quote unquote bad. You can't pretend like those things don't exist, because that would be fake as fuck. And it's also just going to eat away at you, and it will ultimately destroy, it could destroy a good thing because you're trying to tune it out and ignore it. So this kind of just was hopping all over the place. So I feel like what this is saying is that if you're in a relationship, one, appreciate what you got. Appreciate what you got, and not just appreciate it, like really just love it and experiment with it and really explore it, and you know, even if it was something that you've already done, like, you can always put a twist on it. And when it's with someone new, it's, even if it's an action that you've already done. I mean, you think about sex, you know, when you have sex with one person, does that mean that's what it's like when you have sex with any other person that you're ever going to have sex with? No. Yeah. And if you're single, I feel like it's saying that the dating game is going to be over for you soon, and that your rider is going to show up, and she is going to change. She's going to kind of turn your life upside down. She's going to put you in situations that she or he that maybe might make you feel uncomfortable or maybe a little bit insecure. But it's also like, you know, that with this person that they have your back, and that you don't have to worry about them lying to you, cheating on you, and not being honest with you. So choose your battles wisely and choose your mates wisely. And that goes for friends too. All right, and with that, I'm going to end it. And thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope you got something out of it.